In the beginning, there was nothing. Then a single spark. Aries, the first breath of the Zodiac. A flash of untamed light, the raw cry of life itself. Aries arrives with the force of a supernova, a pure urge to simply be. This is the energy of creation, the courage to exist. It's the first green shoot through frozen earth, the newborn's gasp of air. Beautiful, powerful, and innocent in its demand to live and conquer. Aries knows only the now, but every light casts a shadow. The brighter the flame, the darker the silhouette. The Aries shadow is born from this fire, not evil, just the other side. The fire that warms can also scorch. The leader who inspires can also dominate. To understand Aries, you must face this shadow. The Aries soul is a paradox, hero and antagonist, bravery and destructive impatience. Their greatest strength is their fire. Their greatest weakness is also their fire. What happens when this fire is left untended? It rages, it consumes. The Aries shadow emerges when the need to be becomes a need to win at all costs, when the joy of the journey is lost to obsession with the finish line. This is where the hero's journey takes a darker turn. The ram risks running headfirst into walls of their own making. Their fire, a divine gift, can become a heavy burden. And the ram may find itself alone, surrounded by the ashes of bridges it burned. An Aries at peace is rare. Stillness feels like a cage. Their soul craves momentum, the hum of action. They need a mountain to climb, a challenge to overcome. When there's a clear goal, the Aries spirit soars. Unstoppable, inspiring. But when the world is calm, the shadow cannot tolerate peace. It mistakes tranquility for stagnation, stillness for death. If a battle doesn't exist, the shadow creates one, turning conversations into debates, minor issues into wars. Life becomes a series of conflicts to be won. The warrior needs a war, even if it's invented. This is the tragedy. A warrior without a cause, energy wasted on trivial skirmishes. They fight with shadows, argue with echoes, exhausting themselves. Loved ones watching confusion. Why so much drama? For the shadow Aries, a lack of conflict feels like a void. The battlefield is not outside, but within. The true enemy is their own restlessness, their inability to simply be. They run from a silence they cannot bear, fighting a stillness that feels like an accusation. This internal war leaves them drained, always on edge. Their own untamed energy becomes their greatest foe, and it's a battle they can never truly win. Pride is the armor of the Aries soul, protecting a surprisingly vulnerable core. In its healthy form, pride is self-respect, the fuel for ambition, the backbone of courage. An Aries without pride is like a lion without its roar. But when the shadow takes hold, pride curdles into arrogance. It becomes a wall, not a shield, isolating, pushing others away. The shadow Aries cannot admit fault or apologize. Any criticism feels like a personal attack. They build a fortress, a lonely throne from which they judge the world. They believe they are always right. Disagreement feels like betrayal. This pride creates painful isolation. They crave connection, but arrogance keeps everyone at a distance. They cannot show vulnerability or ask for help. They must always be the strong one. This constant performance is exhausting, leaving them misunderstood and alone. The desire for recognition becomes a bottomless pit. No praise is ever enough. They win the race, but satisfaction is fleeting. The shadow Aries chases external validation to soothe internal insecurity. They need the world to mirror greatness, fearing deep down they are not great at all. This pursuit leaves them in perpetual conflict with colleagues, friends, lovers. Their pride demands victory, even at the price of connection, even at the price of love. The walls they build for protection become their prison. The Aries who rules from this lonely throne wonders why no one can reach them, not realizing they built the walls themselves. And so, they sit alone, longing for the connection their pride denies them. The Aries motto is act first, think later, the source of their legendary spontaneity. While others weigh pros and cons, Aries has already jumped. Their impulsivity is a superpower, breaking through inertia, starting new projects, seizing opportunities. They are pioneers, trailblazers, unafraid to leap into the unknown. But the shadow side is recklessness, a leap without looking. Addicted to the thrill of the new, they make life-altering decisions on a whim. They start businesses, relationships, spend money. Consequences are an afterthought. The future is distant. Only the now is real. This pattern creates chaos and instability. Half-finished projects, broken promises, financial messes. Friends and family are left to clean up the fallout. The cost is high. Eroded trust, damaged relationships, crises. The shadow Aries often feels misunderstood, punished by life. They fail to see the direct line from impulsive choices to their problems. Always moving forward, never pausing to look back or learn. So they repeat mistakes, leaping, again and again. Their intentions aren't malicious, they're swept up in excitement, but the wake of destruction is real. The lesson, action, is powerful, but wisdom is in the pause. Without it, the ram is doomed to leap without ever learning to look, and the cycle continues. To be loved by an Aries is to stand close to the sun, an all-encompassing warmth, dazzling and intense. Their passion is legendary. When they love completely. Devoted, exciting, fiercely protective. They make you feel like the center of the universe. The beginning is a whirlwind, intoxicating and unforgettable. But a fire that burns so brightly can also destroy. The shadow side is a consuming flame. Passion becomes pressure. Possessiveness, a cage. They demand constant excitement, reassurance. Stability feels like boredom. Drama is created just to feel the spark again. The Aries lover can be demanding. Their needs coming first, often without realizing it. Arguments become battles to win, not problems to solve. Words, said in the heat of the moment, leave scars. They burn partners out with their intensity. Deep down, they fear losing independence in intimacy, so they keep a part of themselves back or push partners away. The thrill of the chase is more alluring than the comfort of the catch. This leads to passionate but short-lived romances, a trail of scorched hearts. They wonder why love never lasts, not seeing they hold the match. Beneath the bravado, Aries harbors a secret fear, the fear of stillness. All their motion is a strategy to outrun this fear. To be still is to be vulnerable, to let regrets and pain catch up. The shadow Aries fills life with noise, people, projects, drama, anything to avoid inner confrontation. Quiet moments bring out the ghosts of the past. The idea of a quiet evening induces panic. In silence, they are forced to feel. This fear is the root of self-destructive behavior. Picking fights, making reckless decisions, burning through relationships. It's all distraction, a way to drown out internal turmoil. They believe the enemy is out there, but it's their own unhealed pain. The wounds never tended, the sadness papered over with another adventure. Facing this fear is the greatest challenge, requiring courage greater than any battle. The courage to stop, to sit, to breathe, to listen to their own heart, to face their reflection without flinching, to acknowledge pain without conquering it. This is the journey to true peace. Not a fleeting victory, but deep, abiding acceptance. Only then can the ram find rest. Only then can the fire warm, not consume, and only then can Aries truly come home to themselves. The path to growth for Aries isn't about extinguishing their fire, but learning to tend it. The journey from impulse to wisdom begins with a pause, a moment between stimulus and response. In that gap, action is guided by intention, not just instinct. This requires self-awareness, observing patterns, noticing impatience, recognizing anger before it takes over. It's not about judgment, but curiosity. Why am I feeling this way? They realize they are not their anger or impatience, but the one observing it. Wisdom is forged in experience. The maturing Aries looks back, not with shame, but to learn. They see the wreckage of impulsiveness, the relationships damaged by pride, and begin to connect the dots. True strength is not never making mistakes, but having the humility to learn from them. They channel energy more effectively, focusing on fewer projects, seeing them through. Relationships transform. Love is not a battlefield. Vulnerability is not weakness. They learn to listen, compromise, apologize. Their passion remains, but is now tempered with gentleness. It warms instead of scorches. They become a source of inspiration, not chaos. The greatest adventure is mastering themselves. Their fire becomes a beacon. We think of Aries and we think of courage. The courage to fight, to lead, to face the enemy. But there is a deeper courage, the courage to surrender. For Aries, surrender is the final frontier, not giving up, but letting go of the need to control. Trusting the flow of life, accepting what is. The shadow Aries believes surrender is defeat, always pushing, always fighting. The wise Aries learns true power lies in working with the current, not against it. They accept their limitations with grace. This is not weakness, but the highest strength. The gentle leader inspires, earns loyalty, and leads by presence, not force. They hold space for others' pain, offer wisdom, and become a safe harbor. The ultimate courage is to lay down arms, realizing the war was always internal. To embrace peace, to find joy in simply being. To lead from the quiet center of their own being. This is the Aries who has come home to themselves, integrated their shadow, tamed their fire. In doing so, they discover a power greater than any before, the power of a peaceful heart. The ram's journey ends not in conquest, but in serenity. The leader becomes a healer. The fire, once wild, now lights the way for others, and the world is better for it. O Aries, firstborn of the stars, do not fear your fire. It is your gift, the divine spark that sets you apart. The world needs your courage, your passion, your fearless heart. You are the pioneer, the one who dares to begin. Never let anyone dim your magnificent light. Your only task is to learn to shine without burning everything down. Your shadow is not your enemy, but your teacher. Restlessness is energy needing purpose. Pride is a cry for self-love. Impulsiveness, a thirst for life. Turn toward these parts with compassion. Listen to what they tell you. Your anger points to boundaries. Your impatience to dreams waiting to be born. Your shadows hold the keys to your greatest power. Embrace the journey of mastery. It is lifelong. There will be days when the old fire rages. Be gentle with yourself. Notice and begin again. The goal is not perfection, but balance. Warrior and peacemaker, leader and listener, fire and hearth. Your strength is completed by your softness. True power is a fire that warms, guides, and illuminates. Take a breath, dear Ram. Your fire is a sacred trust. Wield it with wisdom. Use it to build and inspire, to light the way for others. The world is waiting for the leader you are becoming, one whose light can never be extinguished.